Picture this. You finally got that mythical time you've always wanted to watch one episode of a new anime on your long list of, yeah, I'll watch that one day. And so you open your computer, you head to your favorite site, and you start watching. But instead of feeling excited after the first episode, you just end up questioning your friend's tastes. Or maybe you come across a really interesting trailer or cover image that seems like this anime would be promising. But as soon as you start watching, you realize that this should just be called disappointment, the animation. And so you let out an infamous sigh that has somehow turned into a chorus for many long-time anime fans. They're no good anime anymore. The real question, however, is how did we get here? Why do most anime suck? And why are the only good ones few and far between? To understand this problem, we must look to the progression of an anime fan over time. You see, most anime fans go from young teens or preteens who discover these weird Chinese cartoons that they've enjoyed at some point and realize that they're in fact Japanese. And not only that, but they're part of a larger genre of storytelling that has vast new worlds and concepts unlike anything that they've seen before, right? And so they start consuming any and all anime they come across, and everything they see is good because it's all new. It might not make sense, but it's new and that's what makes it good. At least that's how it is at the start. But then, over time, the anime fan starts to realize something. Tropes. After watching enough anime, a fan begins to pick up on different tropes and cliches in the story. The classic high school setting, the transfer student that changes everything, the tournament arc, or characters wanting to, become or a character wanting to achieve the something else in their world. Or the fact that sometimes there has to be 3 main characters, 2 boys and 1 girl, because that's just the way it is. Or the fact that, almost all characters are teens. Or maybe the fact that parents are always missing or dead. Or if not, they have to be bad in some way, shape or form. And, once you reach this list that goes on and on of tropes that you just discover, then reality sets in. As an anime fan, you realize that you finally reached the edge of this once endless universe, and now there are no new concepts to discover. And this is a major problem. Remember, the previously established measuring stick for a good story was seeing something new, but now you've seen it all. How do you measure a good story now? And don't forget, no one pays you to watch anime, so how do you decide what's even worth your time? Now it's up to the individual's taste, which they've hopefully developed, to kick in. And this is also where you fans who got into anime when you were older step into the picture as well. You want good anime, but you need a way to sift out terrible stories. And so now you have to raise your standards and become movie critics who've looked beyond the basic and mid content to find something worthwhile. Now at this point, you can separate fans into one of 6 categories. You've got the category of people who want new stuff. They want original stuff. They are still hoping to see something that they've never seen before. And maybe even if it's related to something they've seen before, they want something that feels different. For example, they don't want the same old time traveling stories where a character goes and simply changes the past. They want some mind-bending super hacks storyline that confuses them and makes them sit down and rethink their whole life, all the paradoxes and possibilities. Then you have the people focused on certain genres. Now these people, they just stick to one genre because that's the stories they tend to like. Slice of life, mystery, action, history, and that's another group. Then we've got those who look at the quality of the production, right? How is the pacing? How does it flow? Look at the animation quality, the drawings, the sound effects, the folio, the music. Looking at all that and only watching the best of the best when it comes to these. Then you've got people who want the character connections, right? The characterization of people. Is it believable? Is it relatable? The inter-character relationships, right? Are they natural? Do they seem plausible? And then you have people who care about powers. There's the power scalers and those who want cool powers that are new. None of this old, seen this all before stuff. New, interesting, creative powers. And then we have those who look for deep meanings. They want themes or profound commentaries on, topics going on in the world today or in history. Over time, as stories improve, it just becomes worse. Those focused on animation want even better animation. None of those old shows made in 2002, 2004, or 1980s, they want new stuff that was made, 2020, 2022 at least. And all the power-hungry people just feel like being able to control fire, that's way too basic. We need something more with this fire. Take it to the next level, an advanced technique maybe. And those who are focused on meanings just want even more and deeper commentaries on real-life controversial topics, not these aimless fantasies that have nothing to do with real life. And so now it seems that everybody's a critic and a lecturer at educating each other from their bedrooms on their computers or phones on how to write a good story, world, or characters. How can an author do this? Obviously the right answer is this. Oh, this author dropped the ball on this one. They should have done X, Y, Z. Right? And this is all stuff we've seen before, if you're online at least. And as time goes on, you discover even deeper levels to all the tropes, as if finding another layer to the iceberg. And this all narrows down your vision as what constitutes a great show or even worthwhile. And sometimes you look out and you ask yourself, if I watch every anime out there, will I find something good? But in the end, you finally reach the conclusion that there are no good anime anymore. But is this the end? Are all anime watchers simply meant to enjoy the genre for about a season and then move on to something else? Except for those endless series that will outlive us all because they either are always on hiatus or have a million episodes? Not really. At some point, this was me. And if you've ever felt the same, then I'm here to tell you, you really only have two options. Option number one, you could only ever watch the best. A list that's ever shrinking because your standards keep increasing, and also because you keep watching them. Or number two, just enjoy anime. Enjoying anime at this stage is not something you can simply do. Not like when you first started this genre of media, of course. This method requires you to cast aside any criticism and just watch the shows. Forget about the animation, forget about the powers, forget about the hidden meanings and allegories. Forget about it all. Simply enjoy the anime for what it is. Until now, anime has built itself up in your mind by creating memories and feelings you haven't found anywhere else. It's why you still want to watch it. So enjoy this genre of telling as a slice of life. Not all series need to be taken so seriously. There are many stories out there that, for lack of better words, just are perfectly imperfect. Yes, they may have terrible pacing, or the character development is just a little bit odd to say the least. Maybe even the entire concept feels like a rehashing of some popular title. But in the end, it is different. A lot of these stories have original parts to them that make them feel different. It may have the same kind of characters, but the world building is unique. Or it may have a similar concept, but the main character views the world in a different way. I've come to realize that there are many little things that make a story feel different. Even if it's a bit of dry humor here and there that just gives you a laugh that other series don't. Over time, new creators will come and write stories, characters, and worlds different from everything you've seen before. Diversity, plot twists, and emotional experience unlike any other will arrive and transform the genre, and at least give you that one good anime in the new generation of series. But you don't have to wait until then. You don't have to wait until someone comes and creates the most original, heart-wrenching story you've ever seen. So until that time comes, enjoy watching anime, my friends.